Hey everybody, Dr. Kyle Lovelace here with Queen City Health Center. Welcome to my little drive time today. Hey guys, got a really cool quick drive time with you today. I'm gonna give you 3 tips to help your digestive issues. This is really big. You know, we had a big storm here last night and there's like tree branches everywhere, and it's always fun to listen to the rain and the thunderstorm and everything else. But some of you guys are having thunderstorms in your gut, and it's miserable. I know it is. I grew up in playing sports, and when I was in high school and college, I had really bad digestive stuff happening to me whenever I'd play soccer. After each game, my stomach would just be killing me, and I couldn't use the restroom, but it felt like I had to, and it was a kind of an IBS concept, and just pretty miserable. And the things that helped me the most with my digestive system was one, changing my diet, but also some other therapies that I did. And so I'm going to share this with you today. Now, when it comes to digestive issues, especially the lower bowel issues, the inflammatory issues that I posted on here, Crohn's, celiac, ulcerative colitis, IBS, things like that, those will typically stem or people that have those issues typically have a what's called low IgA levels or SIgA levels, and that's part of your digestive system or part of your immune system in your gut, on the mucosa lining of your digestive system, and low IgA levels can lead to leaky gut issues, can lead to autoimmune issues, will just cause a lot of inflammation in the digestive system, allows large proteins to get through into that lower digestive system instead of being broken down properly in the upper digestive system in the stomach. So I'm going to give you 3 simple steps that you can do right now. Literally, you can go to the store, buy this stuff, and start doing it immediately. And I highly recommend doing these things whether you have digestive issues or not, simply because in the world we live in today, we have really bad food. Well, a lot of people, are eating really bad food, and they have a lot of chemicals in them, a lot of antibiotics in them, like glyphosates. Glyphosate or Roundup is an antibiotic, so it kills our digestive system, which lowers our immune system. We also have tons of vaccinations that people are getting and tons of antibiotics that people are taking, and because of that, lots of sugar and things like that, and because of that, it's really ruining our digestive system. And the problem with that is your digestive system is obviously an essential part of your health, from your being a huge part of your immune system. I think it's 85 to 90% of your immune system is in your gut. We are more actually bacteria and microbiome than we are human cells. So, and that's a good part of that is in our digestive system. So it's a very important part of the body. And if our IgA levels are low, it will cause many health issues. You'll see skin issues coming from this, eczema, psoriasis, other things like that. And, we have patients that have psoriasis, and we do a gut test where we actually test the digestive system through testing the poop. And I say we send it out to a lab and they send it back to us. And one of the most common things we'll see with lower digestive issues is low IgA levels. And by getting the IgA levels back to normal, the digestive system clears up. One of the coolest things I've been able to see over the last 10 years is having patients with things like ulcerative colitis. We had a patient, Vanessa, who was told she had to put on a colostomy bag. Literally, they were going to take out her lower digestive system, put her on a colostomy bag, and she was only in her early 30s. Miserable, right? So she came into our clinic just, begging for answers, a different point of view than the doctors were giving her. And I actually, believe it or not, I took x-rays of her spine. I'm a chiropractor, and we started adjusting her spine within 4 months. I have a pre and post colonoscopy of care. So the first colonoscopy said she had ulcerative colitis throughout her whole lower digestive system, through her colon, and then also 4 months later, literally about 120 days later, right? It takes about 120 days to get a new digestive system, but it just so happened she went and got another colonoscopy 120 days later, and her digestive system was completely healed, no ulcerative colitis. All we did was get her spine adjusted. The way that works, they've shown that chiropractic care increases your IgA levels. Pretty cool stuff, right? All right, so I'm going to give you the 3 simple tips, though, not necessarily going to get adjusted. That's a great thing to do, and that is probably, I would recommend that on top of everything to do that, because it helps get your body into a relaxed state and a healing state. But these are simple things you can do at home. So let's talk about at home. Number 1, first thing I'm going to recommend, and I recommend this a lot for a lot of things, and there's a big reason why, is to take apple cider vinegar with water a couple times a day. You can do that before every meal if you'd like, but I would say at least in the morning and at least in the evening. And this will do one of the major things this does. So a shot of apple cider vinegar, so maybe a tablespoon or 2 in water, about 4 to 8 ounces of water. Drink that down. You can put some sea salt in there if you want for some electrolytes, but drink that down. And what this does is it helps stabilize your stomach acid. It helps get your stomach acid to the right acidity so that your food will break down properly in your gut, so that you break down the proteins before they get to the lower digestive system, which means this allows for less of an allergic response, which is what that inflammatory response is in the body. Okay, so many times we're eating even healthy foods and allergic to them because we're not breaking down the big proteins in the upper digestive system in the stomach, because our stomach acid is all out of whack from the foods that we eat and from our stress levels. Okay, so if you're someone having acid reflux, this is a great thing to do. Take apple cider vinegar in the morning and apple cider vinegar in the evening. This also is amazing for helping stabilize blood sugar and everything else, because again, when you digest food properly, right, when your stomach is working, it helps everything else below that. But if your stomach's not working, everything after that is going to be affected negatively. So many times lower GI issues are from the stomach acid not being high enough. Okay, so that's number one, take apple cider vinegar. Number two thing I'm going to tell you to do is, this drew a blank here. This is always great when I'm driving because I don't have any notes. I just go with what I got. Let's see here. It's going to come to me. Okay, let's use this one. So number two thing I'm going to tell you to do is you can take digestive enzymes with your food, again, to help break down the food when you eat it. That's not the one I was going to tell you, but that is a good tip. Okay, number two, here's number two. For low IgA levels, one of the best things you can do to increase your IgA levels is take something like, drink something on a regular basis like bone broth. Now, I highly recommend making your own bone broth. Get an organic chicken, or you can get organic beef bones and make your bone broth. Look up a good recipe for that. Make your bone broth and drink that 2 to 3 of those a day. That helps increase your IgA levels. It also has a good amount of glutamine in there, which is very good for healing your digestive system. L-glutamine, which is an amino acid. You can also take L-glutamine. But bone broth 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day, and just continue to do that. You can even do a bone broth fast where that's all you drink or all you put in your body for 3 or 4 days. And what that will do is help increase electrolytes, but it helps heal your digestive system. This is an amazing thing to do. I've seen great results with this. Okay, so bone broth. And number 3 thing to also help increase IgA levels along with bone broth is you can take colostrum. Colostrum, like in a woman's breast milk, is one of the best things. Actually, it has IgA in it, and is one of the best things for creating the gut. You know, when a baby is born, they don't have an immune system, very much of an immune system at all. They don't have a microbiome yet or any of those things. Their microbiome comes from the birthing process of the vaginal canal and you know, things that happen through there. It also comes from breastfeeding, and so women that don't breastfeed their babies, they're missing out on creating the biggest part of their immune system. Very, very important part of building an immune system. And so lower gut issues will stem from that. You know, so that's a very important thing for someone that's dealing with the lower digestive system. Taking colostrum is a very good idea, okay? So that's simple. Anybody can do the steps I just told you right here. And hey, if you're dealing with a digestive issue like constipation or maybe a major thing, right, that's an inflammatory bowel issue, do those 3 things. Number 1, start off right at the bat. None of them are going to hurt you, even if they're not the answer for you. So they're only going to help you. So do those things. And then from there, if the answer doesn't, you know, after doing that for a few months, because remember, it takes time to heal your gut, just so you guys know. Every 120 days, you get a new digestive system. Cells are dying off, new cells are being replaced. We can get inflammation down pretty quickly, but to really, truly heal the digestive system, it takes time. So make sure you give it time too. Don't just do it for a couple days and say that didn't work. Give it at least 2 to 3 months of trying this. And then at the same time, I highly recommend getting your spine adjusted. Upper cervical adjustments help stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, relaxes the digestive system, so your body will break down food. Most of the time, all this lower digestive system stuff is happening because you're stressed. Because when you're stressed, you don't digest food because your fight or flight response kicks in your nervous system, and your digestive system stops digesting food. Foods ferment, they become you know, bad, best way to put it, and they start to cause lack of digestion in the upper digestive system and as well in the lower digestive system, and it's where you see inflammatory bowel issues from just being stressed, physical, chemical, and emotional stress. So those are the 3 things you can do right there. Obviously, reduce sugar, reduce pasta, rice, breads, grains, and sugars. Those are going to inflame you as well. But those are 3 simple things right off the bat. Hey, start those today, guys. Hope you got a lot out of this. Like this, love it, and share it. People need to learn about simple stuff they can do for the digestive system. Nexium is a bad idea. Proton pump inhibitors cause kidney and heart failure. biggest study just came out on that. So you don't want to stay away from digestive medications. They're going to only hurt you in the long run. Heal the problem. Get your body healing and moving in the right direction. You guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you later.